Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Sunday. Yes, we are Sunday. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend so far. Hope you guys are rocking it out, whatever you're deciding to do. I hope it's relaxing and wonderful and you're loving every minute of it. Quick update before we get started. doTERRA this month is having a promotion to where if you enroll with 150 PV order or more, you get $50 in free product points towards whatever you want to spend it on. So if you're interested in getting your hands on some free stuff, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. I am in the finishing touches of my weight loss course that I am creating for beginners. If this is something that you're interested in or you know of somebody that's interested in this, definitely drop me a comment and we'll get you some early bird access. Tons of cool stuff that goes along with that. That's pretty much what I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about today was some super important weight loss tips. These are tips that, if not really followed properly or all that stuff, it's really easy to get way off track really easily, to get overwhelmed, if you will, to feel really uncomfortable and to, wonder if it's really something that you're interested in keeping going. If you are anything, right? Losing weight is one of the toughest things that we will ever do in our life. It's a hell of a lot easier to put on the pounds than it is to take them off. I know that personally. So that's where I wanted to come in and talk a little bit about stuff that helps me. Some sort of really important overlooked things that people don't really think about. And that's where I come in. Wanted to give you some tips that help me. Hopefully they help you. Let's get right into it. Tip number one is to give yourself a break. This is, like I mentioned, this is probably the most hardest thing outside of, a couple things. So I won't say the most. I'll say one of the most toughest things that you're going to have to do in your life. So don't take this easily. Don't take it lightly. And definitely you want to give yourself a little bit more leeway with this than anything else. It's a journey. It is a long, hard journey that is definitely going to be bumpy road for the most part, and it's not always going to feel like it's you're really making any difference. It's not always going to feel super easy, and it's not always going to feel super worth it, right? You're going to make a lot of changes. I mean, think about it. Really, I ate a salad last week, and I still haven't lost weight. Like, what the heck? What am I doing wrong here? So it's really easy to get lost in overwhelm, stress, anxiety, all sorts of things. And it's also really, it's a real thing to have a fear of success, right? What are people going to think about you as you're going through this transition? What are people going to think of you when you come out on the other side of this transformation and you look completely different, right? Or you act completely different, or you become a completely different person, right? So it's a lot of things going on in your head all at once, and that's why you need to give yourself a break. You need to let yourself off the hook a little bit, and you need to, just allow yourself a little bit more leeway than you normally would, right? Trust the process. Understand that this is, like I said, a journey. It's not something that's going to change overnight because you didn't put on the pounds overnight, right? You didn't change your life that way overnight. It was a process over time that we just lost track of, we lost thought of, and then all of a sudden we're at this position where we need to do something a little bit different, right? So, understand that you're not gonna change your life overnight. It's going to take time, and it is a process. It is a journey. So give yourself a little bit more leeway than you normally would, and allow yourself a little bit of failure. Right? You need to fail your way to success. You're not going to succeed right away. There's going to be some trials and tribulations, and you just have to deal with it. Tip number two is to start small. This is really one of the most important things that I could say more than anything is when you try and make too drastic changes all at once, that's when it leads to overwhelm and you don't you tend to not stick with things, when there's too much going on. Plus, when you start to change your diet completely right away, stuff's gonna happen in your body, and a lot of times you're not gonna feel the best. It's gonna, you're not gonna have so much energy. Your sleep patterns are gonna be off, right? You're gonna be moody and cranky, and that's just your body going through like a natural detox, right? So that's where you need to give yourself a break, let yourself off the hook, but you also need to just start small, right? We're gonna start with, one piece of broccoli a day. If you haven't eaten vegetables in a while, or you don't normally incorporate fruits or vegetables into your diet, this is going to be a huge stepping stone right away. Water is another huge thing that you could do for yourself. Up your water intake. As a general guideline, you want to start with about 6 to 8 ounce glasses per day. So that's roughly, give or take, right? So you want to, another easy way to incorporate some more water into your day is to have a glass of water sitting on the counter in the bathroom for when you wake up. That's sort of like a cheat code on how to get your water intake right away. Water foods are going to be huge, right? Watermelons, cucumbers, celery, stuff like that. I believe celery has so little calories in it that you actually burn calories by eating it. Your metabolism burns calories, or it burns more than you consume by eating it. So that's actually really cool. I mean, foods that'll burn weight, you can burn calories and lose weight by eating. Just sign me up. I'm all for that. Heck yeah. I love eating. But, little changes in your diet. Don't go too drastic too much all at once, because like I said, it's going to lead to overwhelm. You're going to lead to not really feeling like too much is changing. And then if you don't notice a huge change right away, you're going to feel like this isn't working. It's not something for you, and you just want to give up. And what's the point, right? I might as well just go back to the way I used to be, because, nothing changed for me. So what's the point? Tip number 3 is actually a little bit contradictory to everything that you'll hear about weight loss, and this is where I come in. Eat more. And like I said, you're not going to really hear too much about this in terms of losing weight. Everybody's talking about cutting calories, different weight loss things, skip breakfast, skip dinner, right? Eat more in the day, eat more in that. Eat more throughout the day. That's what you want to do. You want to start with breakfast, right? Start with breakfast, continue with lunch, and with dinner. 3 meals a day, definitely every single day. Also, you want to incorporate snacking into your day. So in between meals, you definitely want to have snacks. You don't want to deprive yourself of food. You want to just watch the way that you're eating, what you're eating, how much you're eating at a certain point in time, right? If you're like I mentioned before with the water foods, right? So watermelon, cucumber, celery, stuff like that is great way to fill yourself up on foods that are low in calories and will actually be beneficial for your body, right? They contain certain nutrients that your body needs to thrive. So and then what happens when you eat more is your metabolism starts to actually start boosting. So it starts working at a more progressive rate. So it's actually burning more calories, what's called calories at rest. So when your metabolism is boosted, you're burning more calories while you're resting. And that's very beneficial for you, because when you burn calories, that's the easiest way to lose weight. So by eating by eating less and skipping meals and all that stuff, if you're not doing it a certain way, that's where you get into like the intermittent fasting and stuff like that. That I don't know too much about. But when you're skipping meals, what happens is your body starts to store fat. And that's when you start to put on the pounds, because your body doesn't know when it's getting its next meal. So it starts to store fat so that when you're not feeding it, it still has something that it can take from and give itself nutrients. But that's not good for your overall health and wellness. My next tip is consider a meal replacement shake. This is good for giving yourself, this is, like I mentioned, everybody's talking about cutting calories, but this is a way to cut calories without actually skipping meals. So a meal replacement shake. Now everybody thinks about meal replacement shake as, a protein shake that you just drink like water, right? And you do that stuff. Tina and I, we were part of a health and wellness company that we were actually making brownies, right? Chocolate bars, popsicles, ice cream cones, right? And this is all stuff that we were making with the meal replacement shake. So it was actually a healthy alternative to everything else that we were making. I mean, who doesn't like eating brownies, right? And when they're healthy for you and they're actually helping you lose weight, that's even better. Pancakes were a huge one that we would make. So that's where, consider a meal replacement shake because it's less calories than you would normally be eating. But then also think about different ways that you can incorporate this into your eating habits, right? So don't think about it as eating a meal replacement shake. Try and mix it into the batter with your pancakes or the batter with your brownies. And then that way you're keeping yourself full for longer without actually doing too much detriment to your health. So that was actually a very cool thing that Tina and I figured out because meal replacement shakes either they don't really sell too much because nobody likes or everybody understands what they're doing when they're eating a meal replacement shake, right? So it kind of makes it this whole thing that you have to prep yourself up for, and you don't really, it's not something that you're consciously going for. It's something that you have to make a conscious decision to do. So this way you can actually go and have the foods that you want, right? Brownies, cakes, for another thing, ice cream, like I mentioned, popsicles. This is all food that we want to eat, but we know we shouldn't because it's bad for you. But if you could turn that into making it good for you, yes. My next tip is to get some movement. Now, this is basically everything else. The one thing that actually maybe I'll touch on that in my next tip, but get some movement. This is not only great for losing weight and being healthy and all that stuff, but it's also great to help your heart pump, right? Help keep your heart healthy, your cardiovascular system, help your bones to keep strong. I know that your knees, I read something somewhere that when you jump and you land, your knees take 4 times your body weight's worth of impact it's 4 times your body's impact on your knees every time you land from a jump, right? So, for me, I'm roughly 200 pounds. That means my knees are taking 800 pounds worth of impact every time I land on them. So that's where we need to take that into consideration, strengthening up the lower half, strengthening up your core muscles, right? Your abdomen, your whole core body that helps with all movement, right? And movement it's not what I'm talking about in terms of getting a gym membership and going, 2 hours every day and just killing yourself with everything, right? I'm talking about just a little bit of movement incorporated into your day. A walk around the block, right? Walking while we're talking on the phone, even just while we're sitting on the couch, right? If we're doing like some leg raises or something. This is something where you need to make a conscious decision to do this for you because this is an important weight loss tip. It's an important health and wellness tip, and movement is not hard, right? It's not something that we have to find time to incorporate in our day. It's something as easy as, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Parking a little bit further away from the door at the grocery store and then just walking in that way. Or even just going to the grocery store and walking around the aisles, not actually buying anything, but just doing some laps around the store. I don't know how much that's illegal nowadays, but you know what I'm talking about. So just little ways to incorporate that helps your heart, helps your brain actually to stay sort of young-ish, right? If you're creating new neural pathways in your brain, so all of that stuff is super important, and it also is a great way to help. If maybe you ate a little bit too much at lunch. My next tip. I like this one. It's choose your hard. being healthy, eating right, exercising, movement, all that stuff is hard. It's very hard to do. On the other hand, being unhealthy, right? Not being able to breathe, not being able to move, not being able to fit in the clothes that you want, not being able to do the activities that you want because you're overweight is hard. So at a certain point, you need to choose your hard. It's hard to be healthy and it's hard to be overweight. So you need to choose which hard is the one that you want to go with. If you are here and you want to, get yourself on a new diet plan and a whole new lifestyle and live healthy and be a better person, be the best version of yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your spouse, your significant other, that's hard, and the payoffs are huge if you stick with it. On the other hand, being overweight, not fitting into your clothes, having to buy new clothes every so often, all that stuff is hard. So at a certain point, you need to choose which hard you want to go with. You need to understand that you're going to have to put work. This goes back to my weight loss is a journey, right? You're not going to change your life overnight because you didn't change your life overnight. It wasn't something that just happened to you. It was something that was a process and it went through over time. So you're not going to change your life overnight. It's going to be a process. It's going to take time and it's going to be hard. Nothing worthwhile gained in life was easy. And so everything in life is going to be hard. Everything worthwhile in life is going to be hard. So that's where you need to just make the decision and decide for yourself that this is something that you want to do because you want to be healthy for yourself. You want to be able to live longer, be healthy longer, provide longer, contribute longer, and you don't just want to be a vegetable that people are taking care of the rest of your life. One thing that I did read more than anything about that is you never will outwork a bad diet. So if you are not eating properly, you're not doing all the nutritious things that you're supposed to do for your body, there's no amount of exercise that you can do that will outwork your bad diet. So everything works in conjunction with each other, right? When we're exercising, we're working the back with the front, the upper with the lower. When we're eating, when we're being healthy, we're doing the nutrition with the exercise. It all works in conjunction with each other. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. I love essential oils for everything, and weight loss, motivation, all this stuff is no different. A great oil that I have just recently fallen in love with was lime. I don't really know why I picked lime, but lime is great for helping to cleanse and detoxify your gut. It's great for promoting healthy gut health. It's also awesome to add into your water. Disclaimer, when I talk about using essential oils internally, I'm talking about a company called doTERRA. I do not know about any other oils. I know that these guys are safe, so please do not go to your local health food store, buy oils and take them internally, because I do not know what they're going to do for you. But lime oil is great because I don't actually like putting limes in my water. I don't like the taste of them. They're really sour and too sweet for me. But I like the lime oil. It's actually like a calm down version of it. And it makes the water taste great. If you're one of those that hate the taste of the blandness of water, I love adding that one to my water. My next oil that I have is ginger. I like this one because it's actually another great one for promoting gut health. It's also great for anti-inflammatory. It's for when you exercise, if you've got a little bit of discomfort after that, ginger is a great one to help with that. And my last oil that I have is a blend of oils called Balance. This is one of the things that I love about doTERRA more than anything, is you can tell basically what their blends are used for by the name. So this one's called Balance, so it's definitely when you need a little bit, more balance in your life, right? If you're down and you need to be up, or if you're way up high and you need to, you need a little bit more balance in your life. But I love, putting a drop of that on the bottoms of my feet when I wake up in the morning. It just helps me to sort of calm and relax right off the bat. And then I do the same thing with a drop on the bottoms of my feet at night. Same sort of deal, calm and relax, help me to be in a restful state, right, when I'm trying to go to sleep. That's all I got for you for today. Some super important weight loss tips. Give yourself a break. It's a long journey, and you're going to have to be a little bit kind to yourself. Start small, little changes. Eat more, contradictory to most things, but, eat more, 3 meals a day plus snacks. Consider one of those meals be a meal replacement shake. Number 5, get some movement. Number 6, choose your hard. It's hard to be overweight. It's hard to eat healthy. Choose your hard. Number 7, essential oils. I love them for everything. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message. If you are interested in getting some free stuff from doTERRA, definitely drop me a comment and we'll get you started on that. Thank you so much for joining me. I look very forward to talking to you guys again. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend and enjoy the week coming up ahead. That's all I got for you for today. I love you guys. Bye for now.